So welcome, and I'm very happy to say hello to our guest, Dina. I'm Tizia Cinganotto. I currently teach language teaching and at University for Foreigners of Perugia in Italy, and I'm former senior researcher at INDIRE, which is a national institute for documentation, innovation, and research in Italy. So we have the pleasure today to have Dina with us talking about plurilingualism, multilingualism, and a particular model that it's mentioned also by the European Commission, the Council of Europe, that is really relevant and hopefully could be useful and relevant to all teachers all over the world. So Dina, thank you again for accepting our invitation. Could you briefly introduce yourself and your position?
Thank you very much, Letizia. Thank you for this invitation, and I'm really pleased we're continuing our partnership in this way as well. I'm based at University College London Institute of Education, which has been for 9 years identified as #1 in the world for research in education. And it's a great honor to work there. I'm currently the program leader for TESOL, so teaching English to speakers of other languages. I have developed and designed with a colleague, Jane Alemano, specifically to cater for students who would like to do an MA immediately after finishing their first degree. And our program is one of the 3 most popular at UCL. We receive around 900 applications every year for this program, and it's fantastic to work with our students who are very enthusiastic to complete their MAs and go back to their countries and teach English.
Wonderful.
My research focuses on thank you. My research focuses on attitudes to bilingualism, multilingualism, and I'm looking at different factors and processes that actually impact on children from ethnic minority groups in a way that they don't actually see the value of their languages. So my research has a big advocacy role in terms of promoting the value of all languages. And the way that it's done, it's by using research from neuroscience to actually highlight the cognitive benefits of bilingualism, multilingualism, and benefits which apply to all combinations of different languages.
Okay, great. And so this leads us to your model, the multilinguistic model that you authored with Thomas Bach, that is being mentioned also in the latest Council recommendation for a comprehensive approach to the teaching and learning of languages in 2019. Could you please tell us about this model?
Thank you, Letizia. I'm very honored that I had the opportunity to work very closely with the European Commission on reviewing language learning in European countries, and that the model of healthy linguistic diet has been wholeheartedly endorsed by the European Commission, and that's now part of the guidance to all European countries. And also it featured in one of their MOOC courses for many hundreds of teachers who attended that course and who are now implementing it in their classrooms and in their schools. The unique feature of a healthy linguistic diet model is that it actually provides a paradigm which is applicable and useful for all different stages of our lives. So we're talking from a newborn child, to early childhood, to the age of compulsory education, to adulthood, and then advanced age. Healthy linguistic diet model has guidance, has activities, has paradigm for all these different parts of our lives. And I think this really makes it unique in the kind of different plethora of language, of approaches to language learning. I work closely with Thomas Bach, who is a neuroscientist, and we are using research evidence from clinical studies and we are supporting, what we promote as guidance for all different stakeholders. We are supporting this with, studies that are done on big samples of people in different countries using different languages. So I think that this kind of interdisciplinary aspect is a key in terms of our success and what we contribute to language learning, not only in European countries, but globally.
Great, wonderful. And could you possibly mention some examples of schools or contexts where this model is being implemented or is being implemented in a successful way?
Well, as it happens through our work with European Commission in Brussels, we came across a school in Dublin, and when the head teacher outlined what they were doing, and this was like a whole school policy and whole school transformation that brought in languages of all children who attended that school in Dublin, and these were languages of different European countries, different African countries, very diverse school. And this head teacher managed to produce a policy and kind of ethos of working in that school that allowed the inclusion of all these different languages, and also inspired children to want to learn other languages as foreign languages. Thomas and I realized that this really was kind of a par excellence example of what healthy linguistic diet looks like in practice. Now, again, the head teacher who was working on that wasn't calling it healthy linguistic diet. Is again, through our meetings, our work in Brussels, that we realized this synergy, and that we realized that we are theorizing what this teacher is actually doing in practice. So on Healthy Linguistic Diet website, we actually have the case study directly from this school, and there are examples of how teachers have included other languages in very simple ways. For example, just leaving extra space on the worksheets and inviting students to actually write in their first languages the responses that they were doing in English for their homeworks. A really inspiring aspect of that kind of work is that, children will go back home to parents. They will say, we've been asked by our head teacher, by our teacher, to do this work in our languages too. And the evaluation that was done with parents shows some really, deeply emotional responses. A mother from Nigeria who actually cried when she heard that somebody was interested in their language, that somebody was saying to their children, please write this in Yoruba too. And she said that was the first time that somebody even asked about their language. So this is a testimony of many experiences that parents and children have from ethnic minority groups, that often nobody will even ask them about their language, let alone provide opportunities to use their languages. So Healthy Linguistic Diet model really is committed to changing these experiences, to first of all making sure that teachers don't feel put off by the fact that they don't speak and then don't use all these languages, giving them the skills and tools to say you can include all these languages in your everyday classroom practice without being proficient users of that language, actually being completely novel to that language. You are inviting children to bring their expertise, and the children can be given space to become the experts and the ambassadors for their languages. And in fact, in London, we do have schools where there is this kind of scheme called Language Ambassadors. And you, Letizia, met some of them when you visited Byron School in London. Very inspiring young people who are language ambassadors for Polish, for Bengali, for Russian, London is, of course, very diverse in terms of intake of pupils, and many children are happy to become language ambassadors for their own languages in their school communities.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful message, and very, very deep and moving. And then, of course, we have the pilot project in Italy. We've been working on together with Dina, with the St. Paul School, just working a couple of years about, and experimenting. First of all, learning about this model, and then experimenting with our teachers. Could you briefly mention about this project?
Yes. Again, another wonderful outcome of work in Brussels. The continuation of our partnership there was the project that was funded by Italian Institute for Research and Innovations in Education, Indire, and it was coordinated and funded by Indire, and we worked in 3 schools. I was really excited about, the possibility of working directly with teachers and children in these Italian schools. Unfortunately, the pandemic hit, and we had to move all our work online. But as much as it's possible to have, really engaging online contacts and communications, that really happened. And for me, the highlight was meeting one of the teachers at the DACTA conference in Florence. And really, throughout the project, which lasted more than a year, enthusiasm and commitment of teachers was excellent. And I could feel that there's a real hunger for projects like this, that teachers are well aware that they have children joining their classrooms who are new to Italian, who are often, sitting on the margins of the classroom, and these teachers are looking for ways to engage them. And Healthy Linguistic Diet really offers, strategies, and offers skills to teachers to be able to do this without, feeling anxious about the fact that that they are not knowledgeable in terms of the languages and cultures that these children use. So through Healthy Linguistic Diet, teachers demonstrated that they themselves gain really valuable insights in terms of the cultures and languages used by their students. And the evaluation that was shared at the DACTA really shows how much this project has really hit the spot with children from different countries, since the teacher reported that all the pupils who were involved in the project were requesting to have Healthy Linguistic Diet every day on their timetable. So this speaks volume about how children feel engaged, and how much enthusiasm they have to share their personal backgrounds, and to share the skills that they bring into the classroom. Also, a very important point from the evaluation was that parents who were surveyed about this project, 98% of them said that they wanted Healthy Linguistic Diet to continue beyond the life of the project that was funded by Indire. So going forward into the next academic year, they wanted to see this project continuing. And finally, another highlight from the evaluations shared at the DACTA was that children who struggle with autism, who are on the autistic spectrum, who have never been observed working in groups, when they started working on Healthy Linguistic Diet, they actually were happy to work in teams and groups, and this was facilitated through their own language. The case that was mentioned was a boy from Ethiopia who was working in Amharic. So how inspiring is that? When I think about those children, really, I'm so touched that Healthy Linguistic Diet really brought to them something that, other subject areas haven't been able to so far. And obviously, we want to see benefits that happen in activities which are facilitated by healthy linguistic diet, such as working in groups, in teams, that, you know, this will obviously then spill out to different subject areas and become, you know, a regular feature for these children.
Yeah, great, a real success, I can confirm, of course. And yeah, we wish you and all of us that healthy linguistic model will spread all over Europe and over the countries more and more. Thank you so much, Dina, and good luck. Thank you for your time and your precious suggestion. Bye-bye.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Letizia. Bye.